the Sonic Transformers 2-pack crossover coming soon, and open the door for more of them to be produced. And today I'm going to go over other Sonic characters and vehicles I would love to see in this crossover everywhere to continue. To start things off, the Egg Carrier. The first Sonic vehicle that comes to mind personally. The ship's recurring role as an opponent set piece in Sonic Adventure, and its ability to transform, personally makes the Egg Carrier a good centerpiece for both a Sonic Adventure collection and a Transformers collection. As overall, as I previously stated, its importance to the story, so story's first half, makes it a good center point for a Sonic Adventure collection, and for a Transformers fan, well, it's not often we get ship Transformers, so them doing this is also a good thing. With the only potential problem being, I don't think they've done a crossover Titan before. Plus, since with Titans only being expensive, adding on the crossover hike up can make it maybe a bit too expensive for them to make, or and for us to even think about buying. Which leads to our next potential character, Metal Overlord. Whether it's the massive dragon transforming into a robot mode that resembles his previous Neo Metal form, or just him doing his own thing. But either way, as a big Metal Sonic fan, I would love to see this happen and would buy it if it would happen. Though again, we run into the same issues with the Egg Carrier. But enough of the villains for now. What about the heroes? Well, with Sonic's racing car being used for his transforming counterpart, and since those racing games do tie a character to a vehicle, and with said vehicle being designed after said character, that means that's half the work already done, kinda done from a design point of view. For all the crossovers, all they need to do is make them transform. Well, this is a quicker way to do the crossover toys, but bring them up mostly for Amy, as one of her cars looks like a modern Beetle. I'm not saying just slap on Amy's head on a Bumblebee toy and call it a day. No, I'm more using it as a jumping on point, as a vehicle that's already connected to Transformers. Also, you know how about a Hotshot has his Axel Zuger? Well, I suggest returning that idea for Amy's transforming counterpart and giving her an Axel hammer, tying in Amy's signature Pico weapon into her vehicle as say the back axle like Hotshot, as the Pico hammer is already a perfectly circular hammer, so I guess this can be done outside of design limitations. I know I said out Amy just there, but honestly this can continue on and on for basically everyone, as the racing games gives everyone a vehicle, so there's pretty much a near endless pool of characters they could dig out for the next Transformers crossover. And some characters even have two, though granted that's mostly Shadow, since he has both a racing car and his bike. So they could do a two-pack with Shadow where it's his car that transforms and his bike that also transforms. Only need to do a Duocon where his car and his bike combine to transform. And of course, next we have a major point for Sonic, which is the super forms, which are basically just Sonic, but changing his blue for yellow and his green eyes for red. Also easily be done as a 3-pack, like after you do the next two main hedgehogs, Silver and Shadow, and release them as a super mode 3-pack. And even the more accessories, or just keep them with one accessory per robot, and have new accessories that are more themed around, like say the old 7 Chaos Emeralds, or even replacing those with a Transformer equivalent, like say Planet Keys, or more in line with the Chaos Emeralds, swapping them out for 7 different coloured Energon stars. And of course, it isn't just the main three they could do this with, as if they do Blaze, they could easily just release hers again as in her blazing form, or maybe just release Blaze and Burning Blaze as a 2-pack. But circling back around to character-specific vehicles, Tails didn't just fly the one tip of the needle, like the one that's being used for his current crossover toy. Back in Adventure 2, he produced a Devon plane that could also transform into a walker and into a mobile ground form, which all they need to do for that to make it into a crossover toy to give it a robot mode, and which is a similar story for Dr. Eggman's hovercraft in that game, as it too had a similar gimmick, as he was just Tails' shadow character, or maybe the other way around depending on which one came first in game development. How about we now dip a bit into the Sonic cartoons, since in some of those cartoons there are prominent vehicles to pick from for a Transformers crossover, and unfortunately one of them being Sonic Underground, and how Sonic and his siblings had that touring van that they used throughout the show. Then to the other spectrum of size, we have Sonic X, and when Tails just built a giant spaceship out of nowhere. And of course then also his totally not a Valkyrie he used as well. Though it will depend on if they will really want to use that not Valkyrie for a crossover. Granted is how many gold can consume anymore. I say why not make how many gold spend in their graves. Finally, again, depending on if Hasbro is willing to do a Titan class crossover toy, the last two Sonic occasions that could work as a Transformer are the Death Egg and the Space Colony Arc, two important locations in Sonic history that could have enough nostalgia behind them to make them into crossover toys. And with that somewhat obvious bombshell, That's it. That's all of the Sonic vehicles and space stations I can think of that can work as a part of our continuing Transformers crossover. This isn't even an exhaustive list too, as there are more bosses and vehicles that can work as part of this line. What do you think of my suggestion for this line? And what else would you like to see made for a continuing Transformers Sonic crossover? And in any event, thank you for watching.